Hello, welcome to another episode of Learning Advanced Revit course. If you can see from the drawing here, I have added some few families. For example, the car, some few families, the toilets, and even the column. I took the liberty of changing the column, but I will definitely add the file in the description below so that you can access the file in order to keep up with the video. Thank you. Let's go into the drawing. In today's class, we'll see roof. We'll see how we're going to manage to model roofs. Let's start from locating the roof. Go to Architectural tab. You will see the roof. Click on it. It will prompt you, where do you want this roof to be on? For example, we have only a single ground floor bungalow, so we would like it to be on the first floor. So our roof will be on the first floor. Then click on OK. Now you will have to sketch the footprint of the roof. It's either you pick the line, pick wall. Pick wall is easy. All you have to do is click on the wall and you have your line. Okay, let's undo. I prefer pick wall. I prefer, instead of pick wall, I prefer pick line. Pick line, you add up an offset of what is the recess or what's the span to which you want your roof to be, like how far the roof should be apart from the wall. Let's put it at 500, which is half a meter. Okay, now pick on the wall, pick on the lines, just pick on the outside wall finishing, pick on the lines. Good. If you have noticed things like this, there are spaces. All you have to do, trim and extend, some few clicks, you rearrange your roof. Good. Now you have your footprint. Take note of something. You see all these angles here is showing you that there is an angle. Control Z. There is an angle to which this roof will elevate to, which is the default angle is 30 degrees. You can see 30 degrees. Click on a line and then you can change the angle. 30 degrees, you want it to be 25 degrees, you want it to be a minimum slab, 10 degrees, 5 degrees, whatsoever degrees you want it to be. Let's start with 30 degrees. If you want to create a gable, all you have to do, like for instance, I pressed on this line, then press on define slope. On define the slope, you will notice that the angle is gone. Now you don't have an angle there. Let's finish the roof and let me show you. Okay, you see there is no angle here, which means you have a gable. Let me do another one. You see here there is an angle here to which this elevates to. Let's click on the roof, edit footprint, go to ground floor, then click on it and then define slope. Good. Again, and let's see our 3D. You see what I mean? This is what I mean. This is how you'll change. If you want everything to be flat, you'll just select all the lines and then remove the define slope. Just unclick that box of remove define slope, and then you remove your slope. Let's see. You see the wall is not overlaid, the roof is not overlaid on the wall. Why? Because my level at elevation, where is my elevation? My level at elevation is defined by 4,000, which is my roof is starting on 4,000 And my wall, I reduced my wall height because I wanted to be a bit shorter and finer, but no problem. Let me repair this graphic error. Good. If you can see this, you can just click on it. First of all, let's reduce the thickness. This is very impossible. 300 mm thick roofing sheet is very impossible. Let's edit it and reduce it to a very reasonable roofing sheet, to let's say 10 mm. Let's say 10 mm for instance. Okay, you see your roofing sheet has reduced to that 10 mm. Now just click on move and then overlay your wall, your roof on the wall. Now you have your roof on your wall. If you can see, it's very easy, and you will find it very interesting. You have your wall the way it should be. Okay, this is how a roof is being done in Revit architecture. Okay, let's see what next can we add to this roof. I want to add some pattern on the roof, but for now let's not add it now, because if you add it now, you build your roof, your computer will begin to slow down. Why? Because you are adding more poly counts. What are poly counts? Poly counts are the number of edges on a drawing. So for instance, you see here I have a lot of poly counts. This curve is like continuous array of line on a wall, so the number of lines in that wall is different from the number of line in a straight wall, because it's curved, if you understand what I mean. Okay, let's not put the pattern first. Let's put some, let's say, ceiling level to it. Let's see, go to your ground floor and then let's model it as components, as generic model. You look at generic model, it will prompt you on what do you want to name it. You can name it anything, no problem. Now let's create an extrusion. You can create an extrusion, it's still the same thing, but you can just, instead of this hassle of going into generic model, all this nonsense, you can just cancel it, go into your flow, draw your flow. That's just it. Pick line. I want it to be offset to about 500 too. Good. I think I forgot one place, that's here. Okay, trim and extend. Good. Now we are done with the wall. Okay, now we're done with the flow. Go to your elevation, south elevation. Here is your flow. Change the thickness to, let's say, the 200 mm. Then move it. Move it from here to here, and then let's see it in 3D. You see what I mean by that? You see, you have your soffit at the most easiest place you can get it. You can use roof soffit. Here is roof soffit, roof fascia, roof gutters. You can use all of it. Let me show you how roof fascia is done. You see, this is how the roof fascia is. This is undefined. Revit is funny. This is undefined, so I will have to model it myself, but no problem. But you can see, all you do is just clicks. Now you have roughly your roof on your building. The building is trying to come out very easily. Here, this area, you can just say attach top base and then click on the wall, the roof, and you have a closed region. The region is now closed. Don't have to start modeling, putting things, trying to figure out what to do. Just do that and you will have your way out of it. That's it. You see, you have it there. But here we don't have a wall, so let's try creating one. Let's go to ground floor, ground. Let's put it on top of this wall for it, and then from here to here. Good. Let's go to south elevation. Sorry, here's the wall. Then attach top base, select your roof. You have it. There you have it. You have closed down your roof and you have some part of the building. Good. You see, Revit is very good. Believe me if I tell you this, Revit is really, really good. Let me show you how to put pattern on this and then we'll round up for the day. Patterns are, you can either use normal lines as a surface pattern, which is not interesting, but I will definitely show you how to do so. Or you can use how will I say it? What was the name? More lines. Let's use the pattern first. Sorry for the noise. Let's try this. Okay, sorry. Here, elevation. So what you're going to do here is you will copy this wall, put it on wireframe mode so that you can see very well. You will copy it up, good, and then change this to glazing. If you change this to glazing, you will have this. So if you have this, go to edit, join condition not defined, cutting pattern none, layout, fixed distance. What is the distance between the more lines and the what is the difference? What is the distance between the grids or the more lines? Let's say 500. Good. These two, fixed distance 500. Sorry, imputed 400. 500. Okay, now is a tricky part. I usually use the rectangular mulines. Why? Because the rectangular mulines has very small number of poly counts. Like I said, poly counts are the number of lines or edges in a drawing. That's the poly count. You try as much to reduce the number of poly counts for your computer to be able to run smoothly. So they'll go for 30 mm squares. 30 mm squares. You select all of it to be 30 mm square to avoid error. Good. Now you have to do click on OK. I'll wait for it to render out. It will definitely prompt you. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I think any measurements before 500, it will definitely prompt. If I'm done with this course, I will try as much to create another course, which is how to draw Spanish roof tiles. Do follow up. I will definitely show you how to draw Spanish roof. This is the easiest way. Spanish roof is a bit trickish, but I'll give you, you see, you have your roof. You have your roof. So let's stop here for today. Roof is the most important part of the building. If your roof is fine, your building will be fine. But if the roof is empty, plain roof, people don't usually see it as attractive. For instance, let me show you an elevation. Suppose this roof is plain, nobody will see this building as very interesting. But since it has some mod of design on it, people will begin to say, man, you are really serious about your design. So okay, avoid the too long chit chat. Let's stop here for today. Go and try the roof at home. I will definitely send you my own files and my Revit file for you to catch up to our pace. Do like and subscribe this video, please. Thank you. Let's meet up tomorrow same time. Thank you very much.